My old boss, Pete Petrazzi, used to tell me, "Po Anya is like an old girlfriend. You don't know how much you miss her till she's gone." Due to the age of the golf course, Po Anya is the predominant species throughout the property. Greens, tees, and fairways are mostly comprised of Po Anya. Insects such as the annual bluegrass weevil can wreak havoc on the course, feeding on POA throughout the summer. Excessive moisture is also an issue, and when you throw heat into the mix, there are big, big problems. The annual bluegrass weevil has always been problematic with us. This little guy will chew and chew and chew. He feeds predominantly on Po Anya, though he has been known to feed on some bent grass when POA is not present. As you can see, this is a little clip that we shot with my iPhone, and you can see the damage that's associated with the insect. He's tiny, but he can wreak havoc. We spend roughly about $12,000 to $15,000 a year treating the annual bluegrass weevil. And still, as you see, he's still alive and kicking. One of the problems with POA is this guy right here. You'll see my finger come into the frame in a second, which will give you a little idea on how big he is. There he is, and he's just still squirming away. This is 2 days after we treated for them. We've had probably about 4 or 5 generations of ABW this year. There's my knife, and that'll show you again how small this little guy is. They do a lot of damage. Another issue is scald. This is when water sits on an area of turf, and the next day it turns hot. The turf basically cooks. A real good video on this subject. So what do? Well, we fire up the aerators. As you can see, Chris DeSalvia is aerating in the front of number 9 approach. Um, and he's going over there and he's going to beat up that area so we can establish a seed bed. On the 14th hole, this is me actually, what we've done here is we're trying to get a better population of bent grass on this fairway. It's been treated all year with a growth regulator that tends to stunt pollen. That's what it looks like if you're driving an aerator. And here, even weak areas of greens, again, we're going in and aerating and putting in bent grass to try to strengthen the turf. Bent is by far a better turf than POA. The bent grass that we're using is treated with Apron and Yellow Jacket. Apron is a fungicide that prevents damping off, and Yellow Jacket tends to hold moisture. These coatings will ensure that we have our best success rate possible on our bent grass seeding. Some of the other improvements that we're doing on the golf course include restoration of the approach on the 12th hole. Kevin Farewell supplied me with this old photo of the 12th, and upon further review, I blew it up and I saw that, lo and behold, there was approach going all the way up to the green. This is something that we wanted to bring back. We feel that it's going to make the hole more adventurous per se, definitely more interesting. Right now, we're in the process of scalping it down and seeding bent grass into it. Here you can see the process. We took this down gradually. Yeah, it looks a little ugly, but a lot of this turf will survive. There was some bent in this rough area. We have double aerified this area and seeded bent. Here's another area where we're slowly taking down some step cut, and we're going to turn this into fairway to bring the fairway closer to the bunkers. We feel that this is the way this hole should be played. I hope you enjoyed this. Please obey cart path rules.